It's Lon from Lynn's Craft Designs. I had another idea. I've got these battery operated candles. These are the wax ones. And they're pretty old and dusty, and the dust is in the wax and, yuck. But they still have the plastic on them. So I thought we would alter them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just paint them with a coat, or maybe two, of some white acrylic paint / gesso. I'm not even sure they work anymore. I do still have the remote, and they may still work. They don't have batteries. So let's do some altering. Okay, now we've got this all coated with the acrylic paint, and it's on there. It's dry. I've got some DOS air dry clay, my air dry clay of choice, the 3D matte gel from Finnabar, a little wadded up piece of aluminum foil, and then various molds. Okay, this one is the Baroque 3, which is a Prima IOD. Okay, it's an early one. I don't think it's available anymore, but you can find something similar, I'm sure. Okay, then I've got this one that is the columns. Again, I think this actually just came off of Amazon. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it came off of Amazon. Just columns. And then these two, I don't know what you'd call them, architectural detail, that's what I'd call them. And then the lion face. Okay, let's make a start. With the columns. When I finish using my DOS paper clay, I roll down the top and then secure it with tape. That keeps it fresh, it really does. It comes in, okay, first of all, if you can, try not to destroy the bag it comes in, because it is a foil lined bag. Plastic is not an oxygen barrier. The foil is. I'm just going to pinch out a bit. Okay. You can see this is super fresh and super soft. I bought it a couple of months ago off of eBay, actually. Alright, I won't need all of this. Okay. Normally, I would put some mica powder as a release agent. Okay, there we go. Turn it over. And peel the mold away. Okay, something like that. Now this time, get my tool out. I'll put a little mica powder for a release agent. Okay. Not quite enough. There we go again. Okay, now. Okay, now I used the aluminum foil to add a little bit of texture to the columns. And this is just the Pearl X. Okay, and it is the macro pearl, which means it has larger flakes of mica. Okay. In between, I fold the top over, because the one thing you don't want is for your clay to dry out. That I might have been off camera. Okay. Came right away. Now, let's see. Need some. Now, last time I used this, I did go around the edges and clean it up the best I could, because, like I said, this is like glue on steroids. It is super sticky, and that is why I like it. Okay. Now, this piece, I do want it one of the reasons why you want it so sticky is because you want to be able to lay this clay down and it stay where you put it. Okay? You don't want it sliding down when you change the angle of how it's setting. If that makes sense. In other words, from there to there. Okay. Yeah. I want it to look like everything has fallen and crumbled and yeah. Okay. Tiny little bit left. I'm going to put it back in the bag. Fold it back over. Alright, now. Just because we didn't care whether this came out all in one piece or not, doesn't mean we don't want it to go back together that way. So, a little glue. I'm going to go ahead and glue all of them. Now work quickly if you can, because the clay does start to dry out pretty immediately. Now, one of the complaints that you hear quite often about the air dry clay is how long it takes to dry. I live in Texas, so it's not something I have to worry about, trust me. It dries really quick. Okay, now let's look at how, okay, those are turned up. Did I just say turned up? Yes, I did. Hold on, and I'll show you what I'm up to. Okay. I want to make it look like once upon a time this was setting on top of that column. Okay. This one. This one. Hey. Don't do that. Okay. Now, when you use paper clay, it doesn't reproduce the detail quite as well as if you were using resin, let's say. But crafting is a give and take kind of lifestyle, so to speak. Okay, now we got them glued up. Put the lid on the glue. Now, let's see where we might want to put these. In a big open area. Yeah. I don't know where to hold it because it's not dry yet. Hey, stop moving around. Okay, while waiting on stuff to dry, I threw together these, I don't know what you want to call them, stands, candle stands, that's what I'm going to call them. It's just 2 layers of corrugated cardboard because it was thin corrugated cardboard. A strip of cardstock that I put the same mold casting, 2 of them on each one. Okay, and then because I couldn't find anything else to fit, 2 pennies. Okay, and then I put a little bit of this gesso that I got off of eBay, I believe, which is the crappiest gesso I've ever seen in my life. Just saying. I put some plaster of Paris, some Aleene's tacky glue, and some white acrylic paint in it because I needed texture paste. But the thing is, the gesso was super chunky, which I didn't mind for my texture paste because I really like what's it called? The graphite texture paste from Prima. But it's super expensive. And I think my bottle is just, my jar is just about dried up. Anyway, there's 2 coats of the apple barrel sandstone. And now I'm gonna do some antiquing. This is just water. This is the Folk Art Antiquing Medium, the Apple Butter Brown. That's quite an odd name. Okay, sorry about that. Paper towel, kitchen roll, whatever you call it. White Americana. This is the titanium Snow White. Okay, and I'm just gonna load up my brush and tamp it back off on a paper towel. And this will take more than one coat because the acrylic paint does tend to soak back up that dry brushing slightly. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this up. And I'll be back. Okay, in real life there's not that much difference. I don't know why it's showing up so much darker on camera. But this is the final candles without being on the bases. Alright. Okay, anyway, I love how they turned out. They really do look like the ruins of Greece or the ruins of Pompeii, or yeah, I love them.
I absolutely love them. They turned out fantastic. I love the little bases that I added to put them on. Wow. Okay, I'll leave a card, or I'll definitely leave it in the description down below. I did another set of these a few years back that are like a galaxy mystical kind of, like everybody's video you watch, including this one. Subscribe, it's free. Bye for now.